Hello everyone and welcome to the second class of the English RC practice series. So in this class we will be discussing another passage which was provided by the CLAD consortium itself in the year 2020. So I will be focusing on the CLAD resources first so that I just want to ensure that you have at least solved the CLAD resources first, and then we'll be moving on to other difficult passages, right? So we'll begin with our passage. So the first tip I hope you remember was to read the questions first. So we'll again move on to the questions first. Which of the following contains the correct sequence of missing words in the sentence 3? Okay, so we'll go back to the passage later on. The word prehistoric implies which of the following? Next question is, which set of words below contains the correct set of antonyms for all of the following words? Okay, all the sentences in the above passage are grammatically correct in the context of the passage except, okay, remember this is an except question. The word except is very important. We have to look for those sentences which are grammatical, which is not grammatically correct. So we basically have to look for the incorrect sentence and not the grammatically correct ones. So such questions often confuse you. I mean, you usually know that which sentence is grammatically correct or not, but when you read the question incorrectly, then chances are that you might get the question also wrong. So that is why the word except becomes extremely important here. Then question 5th, according to the passage, the civilization of the Indus is known to the archaeologists by. Okay, so just by the bare reading of the questions, you must have understood that no question in this particular passage is about inferences or contextual meaning of anything, meaning of any sentence or any phrase or idiom. It's just this particular word of which the meaning has been asked. Otherwise, there is no inference based question from this particular passage. So, we simply have to go to the sentences which are marked. So for example, here we have to just focus on the sentence 3 because we have to look at the missing words. Then again we just have to look at the antonyms, which are, even if you know the antonyms, the dictionary meaning of these words, then you can directly look at the options and figure out the antonyms without even looking at the passage. And also the word prehistoric, if you know the meaning of the word prehistoric, you really don't have to go back to the passage and read it. Then again in the 4th question, only 4 sentences are the ones which you have to read to check whether they are grammatically correct or not. And then only one question which depends on the passage, is based on the reading of the passage. Right, so by this analysis of the questions, we can come to the conclusion that the in-depth reading of the passage is not required for this particular passage, right? So let's go to the sentence 3 directly. We'll just briefly read the we'll quickly read all the sentences in the whole passage, but we'll focus on the ones which have questions on them. Okay, so in the early part of the 3rd millennium, civilization in the sense of an organized system of the government over a comparatively large area developed nearly simultaneously in the river valleys of the Nile, Euphrates and Indus. We know a great deal about the civilizations of Egypt and Mesopotamia, for they have left us written material which has been satisfactorily deciphered. Third, okay, now this has a question, so we'll read this slowly. Third sentence is dash Indus people. Okay, so we are talking about a group of people. So which article will be used? Article the, because it's a definitive article. So article the will be used. The Indus people dash the other hand. So on the other hand, the word used will be on. So let's look at the options, the and on. So here option A will be eliminated because it does not begin with the. It has the, then this also has the. So let's look at the other options also. On. Then not is also common in all the 3 options, and then the 4th blank is not common. So 4th blank is different. So we'll directly check the 4th blank whether it's in or whether it's on. So the Indus people, on the other hand, did not engrave long inscriptions dash stone. Okay, so it's talking about engraving. So engraving of the inscriptions uses word on, Why on? Because you're engraving something on a very hard surface, and it's not engraved in. It's always used, the word used is on. Engraved on something, engraved on wood, engraved on stone or whatever. So here the fourth blank will be on. So let's check the options. The fourth blank on is given in option C, so correct answer will be option C, and option B and D will be eliminated right here, and we do not even have to check further because this solves our question. That way you'll also save your time and you don't really have to check the other ones. Okay, so we are done with the first question. Let's go back to the passage. Fourth sentence. Several brilliant efforts have been made to read the Indus seals, but none so far has succeeded. Hence, our knowledge of the Indus civilization is inadequate in many respects, and it must be classed as prehistoric. Okay, so here the word has come, prehistoric. If you already know the dictionary meaning of the word prehistoric, you can easily mark the next question. But if you don't really know the meaning, the actual meaning, then you can gauge the meaning by its context. So here the word prehistoric is used in the context that unlike Egypt and Mesopotamia, which were also ancient civilizations, unlike these civilization, Indus civilization did not leave behind any seals or any inscriptions or any written material of their dead, right? So so the Egypt and Mesopotamia, they had papyrus scrolls and all these things, whereas the Indus civilization did not have any written material. So, and that is why we do not really know much about the Indus civilization. The Indus civilization of the civilization of the Indus is known to the archaeologists as the Harappa culture from the modern name. Okay, so it's going ahead. But for this question, what we understood from the context is that it is something that belonged to a period which was before documented human, which existed before any documented human activity. Why documented? Because there was nothing written, there was no written material or any document of what they did, unlike the Egyptian or the Mesopotamian civilization. So that is why our answer will be B. Let's look at other options also. The option A says of historic significance. So the word historic, means something of ancient or historic significance, and not the word prehistoric. The prefix pre also implies before, and historic means human activity. So that is why our answer will be B. But let's look at the other options. Option C says belonging to a period before the advent of modern Homo sapiens. So in the passage, till now, where the word prehistoric has been used, there is no mention of modern Homo sapiens, and this will be a very far-fetched implication of the word. If you are going by the context, if you don't know the dictionary meaning, then this will be a very far-fetched implication of the word prehistory, because there is no mention of modern Homo sapiens in the entire passage. The passage is merely talking about some ancient civilization, and in Egypt also there were ancient people, and in Indus also there were ancient people. But in Egypt they documented it, they wrote about the people, and they had their script and everything, whereas in Indus they did not have any written material, and they did not document human activity, and that was the difference between the two, and that is why the word prehistoric has been used for Indus civilization. Option D says relates to the period before Christ. So again, this goes beyond the scope of the passage. Before Christ has nowhere been mentioned in the passage, so our answer will be B. Let's go back to the passage. The civilization of the Indus is known to the archaeologists as Harappa culture, from the modern name of the site of one of its two great cities on the left bank of the Ravi in the Punjab. Mohenjo-daro, the second city, is on the right bank of the Indus, some 250 miles from its mouth. The seventh sentence is recently excavations have been carried out on the site of Kalibangan. Okay, so these sentences from 7 to 7, 8, 9, 10, these sentences we have to check for grammar also, because one question was based on the grammatical errors in these particular sentences. So we'll read these sentences carefully so that we know which sentence is grammatically correct and which is not. 7th sentence says, recently excavations have been carried out on the site of Kalibangan in the valley of the old river Saraswati, now almost dried up, near the border of India and West Pakistan. So clearly I could not figure out, I did not find any grammatical error in this seventh sentence. So this is perfectly fine. We'll read the 8th sentence. These have revealed a third city, almost as large as the two earlier known and designed on the same plan. As well as these cities, a few smaller towns are known and a large number of village sites from Ropar on the upper Satluj to Lothal in Gujarat. This is also grammatically correct. Let's read the 9th sentence. The area covered by the Harappa culture therefore extends for some 9. Therefore extends. So Harappa is an ancient city which existed in the past. And the word used here is extends. For something that existed in the ancient time, we cannot use the verb in present tense, and that is why the 9th sentence is grammatically incorrect. Instead of extends, we should use, grammatically we should use extended, because it's talking about the past, the city which existed in the past, and that is why it extended for some 950 miles from north to south, and the pattern of its civilization can be so uniform, can be, again it's present tense, so instead of can be, was should be used. The pattern of its civilization was so uniform that even the bricks were usually of the same size and shape from one end of it to the other. So 9th sentence is grammatically incorrect. Let's read the 10th one also. Outside this area, the village cultures of Baluchistan seem to have continued much as before. So 10th is also grammatically correct. Our answer will be the 9th sentence. So the 9th sentence is grammatically incorrect. The question says which are grammatically correct except. So 7, 8 and 10 are correct and 9th is incorrect. Okay, so we are done reading the passage. So our 2 questions are left. Which set of words below contains the set of antonyms? So we have to find the antonyms, right? Organized. So we'll go by the elimination method. Organized, disorganized, uncoordinated, chaotic. A, B and C seem fine for organized, but D does not. So D is out of the race. Let's look at the second word, brief. Brief, lengthy, protracted, direct. So direct, again this is incorrect because the opposite of brief is something short or small. So lengthy and protracted are synonyms. Protracted also means something lengthy or stretched. So brief का opposite lengthy and protracted दोनों में से कोई भी हो सकता है, but direct cannot be used. So option D is also out of the picture. Let's look at the third word, which is revealed. The opposite of revealed is concealed. Now you might get confused with this word. The word here is secrete and not secret. Had it been secret, then I might have considered this also correct, but because the word revealed, because the word secrete has been used, secrete is basically a discharge of anything. You secrete hormones or secrete whatever. Our liver secretes bile juice. So this word is talking about those secretions, and hence option C is also incorrect. Our answer will be option A. I hope it's clear. Moving on to the last question. According to the passage, the civilization of the Indus is known to the archaeologists by. So is known to the archaeologists, we had marked it somewhere. The civilization of the Indus is known to the archaeologists as the Harappa culture. So emphasis is on Harappa culture from the modern name of the site of one of its 2 great cities on the left bank of river Ravi in Punjab. So in this sentence lies the answer for that particular question. So emphasis is on modern name of one of the sites of its 2 great cities on the left bank of Ravi, and Harappa culture as the Harappa culture, right? Question, let's look at the options now. Option A, the river Indus. No, the that line which we just referred to does not talk about the river Indus. Option B, the contemporary term for a great city on the bank of Ravi. Okay, so the sentence did talk about a great city on the bank of Ravi because it was named on one of the cities which was there on the bank of river Ravi. So river Ravi was mentioned, a great city was mentioned, and modern name, if you remember, contemporary term was mentioned. So contemporary term is modern name. Contemporary means modern. So modern name, contemporary term for one of the great cities on the bank of river Ravi. So option B is absolutely correct. Option B will be our answer. Let's look at the other options also. Option C says Mohenjo-daro, the second great city of Indus civilization. No, Mohenjo-daro, it talks about Mohenjo-daro, the second city, some 20 miles. So it's just meant the next sentence, which is talking about Mohenjo-daro, is just giving its description as to its location. Mohenjo-daro, the second city, is on the right bank. It's giving its position that it's on the right bank of river Indus and it is located some 250 miles from its mouth. So it's nowhere telling us about how the archaeologists know the Harappa culture. So definitely this cannot be the answer. Mohenjo-daro is not our answer. And then the site of Kalibangan, it does not. The sentence does not talk about the site of Kalibangan. Kalibangan is mentioned previously in the passage, but not where it's talking about how the archaeologists know it. So our answer will be B. With this, we come to an end of our second class of the RC practice series. I hope you find these series helpful. And for now, goodbye. See you in the next class. Thank you.